Well, it's that time of the year. So every year, I usually try to make an end of the year video to recap some of my experiences and lessons learned. It's always really interesting to reflect on how the year went, and I usually find it quite insightful to see how I've grown, how I've changed, and then more importantly, how I can improve in the upcoming year. Now, in these videos that I make, I usually alternate between the experiences I've had from both a personal and also a professional perspective. But for 2021 though, it was a bit interesting as I sat down to think about what I wanted to make the video about, because it was the very first year I actually wrote down an exhaustive list of things I wanted to do. And I actually completely forgot about this list until today, which I created in Notion. I'll put a link in the video description if you want to check it out. But the list I created was very different because when I created it, I wasn't in the best mental space, and I had contemplated really hard on what I actually wanted out of life. And the list I created is actually based on 4 components of an ideal life by Naval Ravikant when he was interviewed by Samantha Ryan on a podcast. Big shout out to Ali Abdal, as I heard about this first from one of his YouTube videos. The 4 components of an ideal life, according to Naval, are 1, physical health, 2, mental health, happiness/well-being, 3, relationships, and 4, money/work. I actually added a 5th component for travel and experiences because I think the experiences I gained through travel is very meaningful for me, and they help me grow as an individual. All right, so I actually want to go ahead and go through this list line by line and then kind of give you my reaction and thoughts, and then end the video with some honorable mentions at the very end. All right, so let's get started. I have my Notion in front of me with the list of things. I went through it briefly once to just kind of like check it out. It was pretty amusing to see what I had actually wanted to accomplish in the beginning of 2021. But I'm gonna think a little harder now as I go through it in this video. So let's go and start off from the top here. I have travel and experiences. So one of the things I wanted to really do in 2021, because I didn't do much of it, obviously because of the pandemic, but I didn't travel a lot since 2018 or 2019. I did a little bit, but not my usual. So I wanted to do as much travel as I could in 2021, hoping that the vaccine and everything would change the landscape of travel, especially international travel. But unfortunately, going through the Notion, I did not do any international travel. I had a lot of things planned that I was hoping to do, but I did not get to it. Hopefully 2022, that would change a bit more though. Domestic travel, I did do a decent amount. As you can see here, some of the places I visited: New York City. Actually, I think I visited New York 5 times this year. Chicago, Pittsburgh, Wisconsin, and Montana. I did 3 national parks. One of the best experiences I've had: Yellowstone, Grand Tetons, and Glacier. Highly recommend it if you guys are ever interested. Beautiful, beautiful Mother Nature. I actually have another video all about that experience. Actually, about all of my travels in the month of May. Selfish plug if you want to check out, and I'll provide a link in the description. But some of the places I visited: Tampa, Deerfield, LA, San Diego, Irvine, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Seattle. A good amount of cities. And the thing was, most of these travels actually took place in the month of May, which that video I'll link describes most of those travels. And it was honestly one of the most amazing experiences I've had in my life. Very blissful. I felt like I was just living life without any stressors or barriers. It was just enjoying the people I was around, really taking in the experiences, and just living life. It was a really good feeling. Yeah, so that's travel. Hopefully I'll get to do more of that in 2022. Now let's get into some of the careers, side hustles, and finances. The first one is reach 5,500 subscribers on personal YouTube channel. I try to track it in 500 sub increments. Usually I think I average like 1,000 per year. And so I was really hoping to hit 1,500 coming out of 2020. I'm shy or short of that, like 70 or 80. I think I'm at like 5,400 something subs. So if you guys want to help me get 5,500 in this month, I would. Big shout out to everyone. But 5,500 was my goal. I unfortunately did not reach that, but close. The other one was reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time on another YouTube channel that I have for Subtle Asian Voices with I think like 8 other individuals. I think we lost a bit of traction on that one. We're probably at around 150-ish subscribers. It just kind of fell to the wayside a bit more, but I know that we are planning a lot more content in 2022, so hopefully we can reach that in 2022. This one is very exciting, is the creation of an advanced pharmacy informatics course for Pharmacy Informatics Academy, which is one of the businesses I started with 3 other guys, David, Beju, and Tony. This is exciting. We actually started planning for this in actually technically like a year or 2 years ago, but we actually planned it in the summer, from an idea. And over the next few months, we outlined it, we planned out how it'll look, and we created the content for it, and it's actually done as of today. I think I spent probably spent 50 hours in the last week working on completing all the content that I had for it. So huge project that we've been working on. I hope if you're in the informatics or pharmacy space, definitely give it a check out. We hope to release it sometime in February of this year. Another goal was create 1 to 2 videos a week for YouTube. That definitely did not happen. I think I really fell off of YouTube this year. I don't know. But we're gonna try to do that in 2022. It's okay. I spent a lot of this year on investing in my relationships, and then probably spent less on doing things on my own. So, it's an opportunity cost, and I think that's a great opportunity cost to have when you can invest in your relationships. But definitely gonna try and create more videos in 2022 because it was a bit lackluster in 2021. The other one, I wasn't sure what I was really trying to get at with this one. It's collaborate with 10 businesses for freelance photography and video projects. I think I wanted to just work on projects with them. But yeah, I did work with a few individuals, small companies and individuals, but I'm not sure what I was trying to do there. I think maybe there was about 5 or 6 groups, small businesses and individuals that I worked with in 2021. So didn't meet that goal. The next one was monetize freelance photography and videography work. That actually did happen. This is actually the first year where I've actually spent time building out a freelance type business, which the next bullet point is actually I created an LLC to do just that. Freelance photography, videography, and then all the other things that rolled up into it. But I had, let me see, 4 different clients this year, a wide range of things. I created short films, did photo shoots, engagements and weddings, and then product photography. So that was really exciting this year. To have someone actually pay you for something that you enjoy is a very strange and exciting feeling. So I really enjoyed that. Next one is creating an LLC, which I did get done. Very exciting. Launch an ongoing blog or podcast for a specific type of content. I actually created a couple this year. Wasn't super consistent with it. I created a personal finance blog on Medium. I tried to post like once a month. I think I've only got like 4 or 5 posts there, but it did pretty well. I launched a biomedical informatics blog on Squarespace. That was decently well. I think that picked up the most traction. I started posting consistently there, but it was actually content that I had recycled from my MPH program that I just released like every week or every month. The most successful one so far, which was recently launched is in December, I created a biomedical informatics newsletter on LinkedIn, and within the first month, I got 1,100 subscribers. So a big shout out to everyone that subscribed to that blog or newsletter. I'm gonna be certainly much more active and consistent with that one, publishing every month. 10 books. I reached that goal, which I'm very excited about. Actually, excited that I reached it, but also disappointed because usually I think I aim to read, or I usually read more than 10 books a year. But some of the books I read this year, Beyond Order, that was okay. Intelligent Investor was kind of okay. Great book to read, but I think I already knew a lot of the content in there, so it wasn't as exciting for me. 4-Hour Workweek was pretty interesting. I also knew a lot of those concepts in there, but it was definitely a lot of good nuggets that I enjoyed from that book. A Million Miles in 1,000 Years. I first heard this on Ali Abdaal's channel. I think I'm on my 6th or 7th re-listen on Audible. I highly recommend that to everyone. I don't know how to describe it. There's just so many emotions that you go through just listening to that book. The Third Door is another one of those books that I really resonated with. I highly recommend it to anyone that is interested. It's basically, there's 3 doors in life. One is the one 99% of people go through. Second is like your VIPs, your celebrities, whatever. Third is like the doors where you go that extra step or do something unconventional to get to a certain location. And the reason why I really like this book is because I feel that's me. I'm not the most talented or knowledgeable individual in the world, but I do take different steps than the usual to try and get myself certain opportunities. So I really resonated with that. A lot of it is about hard work. The Righteous Mind was a really good book. I think that's something I really encourage folks to read about because it goes into why people believe what they believe, and it goes into politics and religion, which is always very contentious, right? Weapons of Math Destruction, great book. One of my subscribers actually recommended that to me, and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna re-listen to it again. Talks all about AI and how it can be used for good or bad, things like that. A Promised Land by Obama, that was actually really long. There were some really good nuggets in there, but very long of a book. Highly recommend though. Storyworthy, another great book. How to Think More About Sex. Yeah, that's one of those things where I picked up that book because of also Ali Abdaal. And he talked about how all his books were always super heavy business and finance, and there was less about other things like relationships or psychology or I don't know, just random other things. So this is one of the books he recommended. It was okay. It's just different than the usual. Reading Green Lights and Shoe Dog currently. Did not get a chance to finish those. Finances. This is another one. I think I did a decent amount here. So I did max out my 457. That was pretty rough because I basically did it in 6 months and been living like a broke college student in the last 6 months. But I did that. I checked out any additional tax advantage accounts to invest in beyond typical. I don't think I really found any. Yeah, I don't think I really found any there. But I think the biggest thing towards working towards financial independence was just being very intentional about what my goals were, how I wanted to do it, and really investing a lot into my taxable accounts and for FatFire. So I have a better idea of how much I need to save a month to get there. And that's something I'm definitely gonna be talking about more in some of my videos going forward. So this was very disappointing. Next category is physical health. There was a couple of things I really wanted to do this year. I didn't meet any of them. First is go to the gym once or twice a week and hit a 225 bench. The closest I've ever gotten was 210. And just for context, I usually weigh between 145 and 160. So give you a context there. The highest I got was 210, which was probably like 7-8 years ago when I used to go to the gym every day. But now it's a little harder. So try to get back into that for 2022 because physical health really is important. Minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I failed miserably on this. According to my Apple Watch, I average about 6 hours a night, and I definitely know that's not enough because most days I'm really tired. But sleep is important. I'm pretty sure I got sick a lot this year because I did not get a lot of sleep. So definitely something to work on. Half marathon, I was really hoping to train for this because I was running consistently for a good amount, but I did not get to it, unfortunately. Drinking 8 glasses of water. I set a timer for this actually. It was pretty fun, where it would ring every hour to remind me to drink 2 cups or 2 glasses of water. Did decently well in the first couple months, and I just kind of fell off the last 6 months. I think I average about 4 glasses a day, which another thing that I'm really trying to work on. Mental health, happiness, and well-being. You know, this is disappointing because this is something I really want to work on quite a bit. And looking at this list, I failed all of them. Learn to dance bachata, but beyond the basics, I didn't get to it. Just didn't have enough time. Learn 5 dance choreographies on Steezy. I was, I think, halfway through 1, but I don't know why. There's just always so many things to do, and that's one of those things that I just didn't get to either. Create a mini documentary on the pursuit of happiness. You know, this is probably more so from my mental health state during the time when I really wanted to talk more and explore more about, you know, what is the meaning of life and how do you pursue happiness. Didn't get to it, but stay tuned on that one. Not on that topic, but a different one. More to come. Daily meditation. I probably got to this about 25% of the time this year. You know, it's difficult to get back into routines once you fall out of it, and something really important. Daily meditation helped me a lot in 2020, and maybe I'm just more happy. That's why I fell out of the habit, but definitely something that I think is really important to maintain. Daily journal. I think I tried that. It always doesn't go the way I expect, and I write the same things over and over again, so I just stopped that. Take up acting classes. This is something I really wanted to explore this year, but I also didn't get to it. I looked into it, I just didn't get to it. It would be very, I think, intriguing to learn how to act. You know, usually I see a lot of people who are in YouTube. The natural transition for them is usually do some type of acting. I don't know why, but I dabble in it and give it a try. So if I didn't get to it this year, maybe 2022. Audition for TV shows, definitely didn't get to that. That would be really cool. Get 2 tattoos. I got close on this one. I contacted a tattoo artist, but he was completely booked up for the whole year, so I didn't get to it, and I just kind of fell off from there. But more to come on that one. Relationships. This is a little disappointing to see that I only had 2 bullets under here. The first one was just connecting with at least 5 friends and family a week. It wasn't very consistent, but right before this video, I just went through my entire calendar and looked, you know, week by week what I did for the last 52 weeks, and I'm actually surprised. And I think this is one of the bigger reflections of this year, which was nice, is that I've always wanted to make sure I spend more time with family and friends. And I think 2021 may have been that year where I really spent a lot of time with family and friends. I really invested my time into that, and it was one of the best years I've had. So I probably didn't do this consistently every week, but I can guarantee that in 2021, the vast majority, like 75-85% of the time was spent with family and friends, amongst, you know, all the different side projects I have, but the focus and priority was definitely with that. So I would probably say I met that one. Share what I'm grateful for a particular friendship with at least 1 person a week. You know, I think gratitude is something really important that we should all practice. And I think it's really nice when you can express your gratitude for someone that has gone out of their way to do something for you. And it's very meaningful, especially when someone does that for me. It's nice to reciprocate, or not even reciprocate, just be grateful and show your appreciation when people goes out of their way to do something for you. I did not do one person a week. I did try to be more intentional when someone does something for me to express my gratitude. That's something I know that I haven't done as much in the past, which I was working towards. Okay, I think that is the list that I have. I think it's just some honorable mentions from 2021. The biggest, actually, I don't know if it's the biggest, but it's probably one of the biggest things that has definitely changed. I don't know what it changed a lot, and I know it's going to make a big impact for me, is getting accepted into LinkedIn's Creator Accelerator program. I found out about that in early November 2021, and the program is going to launch in January 10th, 2022, and goes on until I think sometime in mid-March. It's 10 weeks. That is going to be really big for me. And what I've seen so far from the program and connecting with the different individuals, both at LinkedIn and the other 99 individuals in the cohort, has been amazing. But that's something pretty large in 2021, and I know it's going to make a big impact in 2022. So excited to see what comes from that. I don't know if there's anything else in 2022 or 2021. Yeah, maybe we'll just end it here. I think that's one of the biggest honorable mentions. The other one I was going to talk about was just how much I've spent with family and friends this year, and I kind of already talked about that, which has been a lot, and it's been amazing. I don't know what I'm going to do for 2022. I have a lot of ideas, which I'm going to jot down probably in the next month or so and create a similar list and aim to be intentional with those 2022 goals. I'm really excited for what's to come. And maybe what I'll do is end this video by saying a big shout out and thank you to everyone that continues to support, my creative endeavors, all the different projects I have. I know 100% that all of the opportunities I've been given and continue to be given is largely due to the individuals that support me through these projects that I take on. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for being there for me and reaching out and supporting me whenever I'm down. 2021 is for you guys, and a big shout out to you guys for that. All right, well, that's where I'm gonna end the video. It's a lot longer than I had hoped, but that's what happens when you don't script your videos. All right, guys, see you in the next one.